Cyclone Summoner. So the answer is yes. Okay. Okay, so they've still only got 11 though. It's nice to sometimes just make a linear aggro build, and that's what Hajar, Loyal Bodyguard, allows you to do from Brothers War. It's essentially a pure legends build, so every creature in the deck pretty much is a legend, and the reason for that is that Hajar has a very special ability where you can sacrifice him to give your legends +1/+0 and indestructible until end of turn. It doesn't look that great, does it? But in a way, it's almost like having a heroic intervention on a stick. If you play out 3-4 legendary creatures and then you want to get them to survive an extra turn, slam Hajar down. Most control players won't know what to do because a lot of control kill spells are destroy effects. So if you have Hajar out, it's going to protect the whole team, and it's so much better than I initially thought going into the building of this. So on top of a really aggressive shell with loads of 2-drops in the legendary category, we've just got a few other support spells like Snakeskin Veil, Ranger's Guard to give you stuff hexproof, just in case people have exile effects. And a lot of card effects like Shaper's Sanctuary that lets you draw cards if your things become targeted. Guardian Project, whenever a creature comes in you get to draw a card. Harmonise and Escape to the Wilds, all very important to keep you going essentially, keep your hand full, and so you can apply the pressure. 38 lands in the deck, not too much ramp because you want to draw a lot of gas when you're playing a low to the ground aggro build. But yeah, I think you'll really enjoy this. If you're a Gruul fan, this could be the new deck for you to enjoy. It does take a lot of wildcards obviously because a lot of legends are rare. But yeah, the deck list will be in the description below, so make sure to check that out, and I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, we go first against Tamil. So this could be irritating because it taps down our attackers. In fact, it taps down any artifact or creature, so if we get any mana rocks, they would also be tapped. I'm only keeping his hand because we have the Magda. The Magda allows us to get treasures. Or we could go for Goro because it gives creatures haste, so next turn we can go for Magda, give creatures haste, and then she can swing as well, presuming they don't have a counter spell. Okay, looks decent-ish. And it does mean we get to swing in for 4 right here. It's kind of scary that this is a +1 as well, because we might struggle to get in there. Essica's Chariot. 2 cats. Okay. So we could just swing in with both and hope for the best. It's fine. Let's just swing in. They're probably going to block, but the thing is, if they do block, they're going to lose both of their things. I mean, we could even make a dragon if we wanted to here. So there goes the block, and then we've got the indestructible. Seems good because then they can't create more copies of stuff. And then yeah, we'll go for the Ronas here. Yeah, it's 1 card for 2, I suppose. This is really powerful. It's 3 for 1 when this comes in, kind of crazy. They did nerf this, making it a 1 cap when it came in, but 3/3 swinging it. Arcane Signet, that seems okay. But if we do that, we can't go for the Hajar as well. So we'll kill the forest. Hopefully. Okay. And got 2 mana open. Sadly, we can't I guess we'll go for the Signet and then Hajar. This seems fine. Swing both at Nissa. I mean, it would be nice if we could have attacked. There probably was a way that I could have done that better.
You try my patience.
But yeah, like if we get the Goro able to get dragons as well. That could be good. But only if we control a modified creature though, so that is the tricky part. I didn't really put them in for the modified bit, to be honest. But we'll see what we can do. Nissa untaps another forest.
Nature's true power.
It's very irritating. Very irritating. Because they've basically got 7 mana here. So they can do so many different things. Yeah, the key to this deck is... Well, the key to this game, I should say, is making Ronus big enough to attack. Or should I say making other things big enough to attack. Forest is good. Go for the Weatherlight. Let's see if this resolves. They could have a negate or a counterspell, something. Okay. And then Ronus could make something bigger. So what don't I mind losing? I guess the Goro just because Magda gives us treasures. So that's good. They could have a bounce spell or something. So annoyingly we have to swing at Bloomin' Nissa again because she's just OP AF. Death Touch means we just get through anything really. Crew, so they're going to sacrifice the old chariot here. They lose 2 things, maybe, unless they've got a way to give it indestructible, which would be sad. That surprises me. We also get a Scry. Oh, Questing Beast, that's really good as well, because that will just turn the Ronus into an absolute beast by himself. Supreme Will. Ah, so we played around that with the Weatherlight completed. So that was pretty useful because we had the mana open, they couldn't counter it. That's why I don't really like spells like this, because it allows your opponent to... It's okay. It's good and standard. Why can't they just tap out? Go on, you know you want to. So if they tap out for Tamio, they'll still have... They'll still have loads of mana. 4, 5...
The future is written in oil and steel.
Oh, so they paid the... Yeah, so just as I expected, Ronus comes in... sorry, Ronus went on tap. Damn, I really need to kill Nissa here. Do they have another counter spell? Okay, let's go for Questing Beast. Please don't counter this. That actually does surprise me. And then we'll swing these 2 at Nissa. So don't forget we can... We can sack the Hajar. Do I want to do that? Oh no, we don't want to do that. We want to swing Questing Beast at them, don't we? Magda, yeah, because we can still pump Magda with the Ronus. And we get a treasure. Not ideal, really. But it's better than nothing. So now they have 2 things to deal with. Okay. I guess we'll pay then if they're not going to do anything. I mean, obviously they could just respond to this. Because we're creating a new stack. Creating a new opportunity for them to respond. Just drawing. Okay, so we actually got away with literal murder there. So she will kill Nissa and we get to kill Tamio as well. That's a huge difference.
This is not
okay.
how our story ends.
And we get to reduce... So this can only block if they've got 7 or more lands. Shark Typhoon. Wow. Okay. So once again, I feel like we're getting away with absolute murder. Soul Guard Lantern creates a blocker. That should be okay. Krenko as well. Well, seeing as we don't have haste, we might as well just attack with everything first. Yeah, they can't block with this yet. So we can just pump up some other guys, I suppose. So that's lethal, right? Oh no, that's not lethal because they had... Sorry, yeah, Ronus doesn't have trample. Okay. Down to 2. If they have an extra turn spell here, we might be in trouble. Interesting bit of synergy here. If Weatherlight was on... So this needs counters in order to be a creature. So if you didn't have enough counters, you could sack the Hajar in response, well not in response, but just before, and this would become a viable attacker or blocker. That's cool. So as long as there's 4 or more Phyresis counters on it, it's a Phyrexian creature in addition to other types. Whenever a creature you control dies, put a Phyresis counter on it, then draw a card if it has 7 or more Phyresis counters on it. So you want 4 counters basically. Shigeki, well, this can return the Blizzard Brawl. But we can do this at instant speed. Okay. I think we just attack because, remember, Ronus can give trample. And if we combine that with the questing beast, then Death Touch Trample will just... This will just win us the game by itself. Okay. Any blocks? No? No, that was really tense. But yeah, cool. Oof. Okay, so we're facing a Lear. Lear is a mono blue deck. Now, you normally think they have counters, but spells can't be countered. It doesn't necessarily mean they don't have counters, but it's probably going to be up there with annoying. Mono blue always is, really. Yeah, it's deceptive. Do not be tricked. So this probably won't resolve. But it did. Now, if it is a non-counter deck, I would be very, very impressed and delighted. But it makes you wonder what else they're doing. Flash? Mono blue flash? That's a thing. Passing the turn. Very cautiously, of course. Just going to draw a card. Very respectable, okay. Let's go for Ronus. Okay, we're getting in there. So, interesting, yeah. Ultimate respect if they don't use counters. Absolutely. Does such a player exist? What's the meaning of life? I don't know. Okay. Let's get the field filled. Yeah, let's get this guy out as well. Now don't forget that Ronus also has Death Touch. So if we swing with the... If we get to swing in with Ronus and Finn, we could kill them with poison damage. Imrith. That's a scary thingy bob. Okay. Cardoon, 4-3 haste. Before I go in though, I think I want to just get more stuff onto the field. Yeah, let's get the Racketeer boss out. So the more stuff we have out, the better. So that will cost So that will give us a treasure when it comes in. So yeah, I'm just going to pass the turn back to them. So yeah, we're going to set up a big turn. So obviously if they do attack with the Imrith, that also does mean that it's not going to have Ward 4. And them drawing one card's not too bad, not the end of the world. Obviously if they have a way to bounce our whole team, that is sad, very sad, and likely to happen. But yeah, we have a very cool team right now. Shipwreck down, so they're going to return the multiple choice maybe, or what was the first one? Startling Development is another version of... Oh, it makes something a 4/4. Okay, I was thinking Turn to Frog, but no. But they choose that one as well. They are going to attack. So we need runners to... Well, we need a power creature... Sorry, a creature with power 4 greater, so runners can attack. Okay. Frostbite. Got lots of good spells here. So Unholy Heat, that deals currently 2 damage. Snakeskin Veil can give something +1/+1. There's a lot of different options here. Let's start with the Frostbite. Let's see if we can get rid of this blocker. And it might reveal what's in their hand. Because obviously they've got something in their hand they want to use. Because they've just held priority. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can go for Hajar. What is the blue spell in the hand? It could be Unsummon or something. Okay, so now we can attack pretty safely. This is blatantly an Unsummon or something. Leave these 2 back and the rest can go in. Now we've got a few ways to do hexproof. I'm more inclined to use these 2 cards here. Oh, okay. So this still only does 2. So maybe I should have attacked with Finn. Getting in there. So we can only cast these spells until end of... What was it? The end of the next turn. So 3, 2. Try and keep him alive. Make him a 4/3. Cycling the Startling Development. I feel like that there's some weird thing going on here, but okay. Down to 11. We could use this, but there's no point. It's not going to do anything, so we'll just let it exile. It's a real shame because that would have made a big difference. We could have attacked for 3 more damage. Okay, they've definitely got an answer. Are they going to bounce all the things to my hand? Cyclone Summoner. So the answer is yes. Okay. Okay, so they've still only got 11 though. You find some prisoners. Haste. 7/7's going to be pretty rough, have to say. So if we go for Racketeer Boss, we can make 2 creatures in our hand give us treasures when they come in. 1, 2. Which is really cool. So we got yeah, so we go for this one as well. Yeah, I mean, so if they bounce our things again, at least we can still tank the 7. But I'm really kind of relying on this Yonti Scale Shield to do a lot of the work for us next turn, maybe. This is essentially Cyclonic Rift on a creature. But actually it's better for certain decks because it excludes giants, wizards and lands. So if you're playing a giant wizard deck, which is a very common deck that you see on Arena, this would be good for you. Stolen by the Fae. Oh, that's annoying. And they've kept 3 mana open. So they've got a lot of blockers. They have a lot of blockers. So funnily enough, Ronus now has the ability Erased, which says when you cast a spell, create a treasure, then it removes the ability. But you can give it back to it by flickering the Racketeer boss. Okay, lots of hasters. So they really don't like Ronus, do they? I guess because it's the best attacker, I suppose. And they're trying to go over the top. So I can see what they're trying to do. 2 and 2. So once again, they've just slowed us down so much that we just lose so much momentum. Stolen by the Fae. This is actually really powerful, considering we need creatures and they bounce it back and then they get more blockers. So they don't know we have the anti-scale shield. So it's going to be very important, I think. They can deal 5 over the top, but if they do attack, they'll only have 1 blocker until they play another blocker. So will they actually attack? They might attack with 1 or 2 things. Here comes Imrith again. Death Touch, Indestructible. Death Touch and Trample. So if we attack with both of these and Ronus gives Finn Trample, that could be really good. Because that can kill whatever that blocks it. But also deal the excess damage over the top. And they're at 11. So they haven't got too much life to play around with. I really just want to attack with the Ronus here. So opponent's really in the tank here, thinking about what to do next. I don't know what it is about today, but I've played so many games and the opponents, every single one of them, are just taking so long. I don't really understand what it is to do with Friday and luring these kind of people out, but there you go. Friday equals slow day, and it is kind of annoying because I'm trying to get you guys as many videos as possible, but not always very easy. It's not always a case of recording the best games for everyone. It's most of the time a case of me recording, and actually most of the time footage is worthless. So Domri, that's pretty good if that resolves. Gives all of our creatures +1. Wow, okay.
You think I'm a crazy beast?
So let's see if we can have the Ronus fight the Cyclone Summoner. We have the Hexproof, remember, in case they choose to bounce this or something, or give it Hexproof. Ghost Wave. Oh, that's really bad. So they're going to be able to play that again the following turn. Yeah, that's really bad. So we're going to lose all of our attackers. Which means we might as well just swing with everything now, right? Okay, well, they've basically forced me to do this. And do I want to discard at random? Okay, fine. Neither of those are going to really help us either way, because we're tapped out. I mean, we do have some incredible damage coming. They've got 4 blockers. Okay, let's see what they do with the Imrith. So they have to be careful, because we can basically give all of the rest of our creatures +1 power. Blocking there. So currently they take... That's interesting. We can pump the Hajar to kill the Imrith. which I think is... Oh no, it won't, will it? Because it's a non-legend. Legendary creatures gain indestructible. Okay, fine. They're at 2. Okay, a land. Okay, they're at 2. Let's see what they got then. So clearly they're going to go for the Cyclone Summoner. That's pretty apparent. Going into us. Okay. Okay. Feels unlikely that they choose another decision tree here.
I'm not finished with you. Not by a little.
Obviously they're going to go for this, and then I think in response we'll go for the you find some prisoners to just look at the top 3 cards of their deck. Let's see what we get. Obviously if we get Lightning Bolt we just win, but what do we get? Tempest Gin. I mean, that's not very good. It's going to be a 0-4. Here's to hand. Oh, okay, but we have one thing with haste, 2 things with haste. Do they realise that we have 2 things with haste? They do realise. Okay, so we need kill spell for that as well. Oh, this is pretty rough. Go for Ronus. Definitely want Hajar. 4 mana. Go for a flying blocker. Okay. Well, moment of truth. I guess we could just lose to any number of things here. They can bounce the Djinn and then swing with both of these. That would force us to block the Summoner. Man, we got some terrible cards with that Find the Prisoners there. I can't believe how many times they've bounced our field. So obnoxious. I mean, I suppose I haven't counted anything, but they kind of have by disrupting us, essentially. But Meteor Golem, sure. Going for the Hajar. Well, we might as well crack it. Okay, yeah, remove the perpetual effect. Doesn't make a difference anyway. So we go to 1. 4 mana open. This is curious. They must have some more interaction then. Because currently we can just win with the Ronus and Tempest Gin, because if we give the Tempest Gin +2/+0, then they'll just die, won't they? What? What the hell happened there? I could have sworn they had that in the bag. Oh well, that was very odd. I feel like they had that. We go first against the Gitrog monster. We can't actually kill the Gitrog monster with any of these cards unless we combine them, so we're probably going to die. But let's give it a go. The main reason I kept this is for the Cabaretti Revels, mainly because it's crazy as hell. Cast a creature spell, get a creature into play from your deck. It's a silly billy card. It really is just a silly billy card. Kill Elvis, because that gets them lands into the graveyard, which I don't want them to do. Clothiers, I think, is going to be really insane versus their deck as well. So our next turn is going to be really awesome. We can go for Clothiers, and then it gets us a 1 or 2 CMC creature into play. Sorry if I'm not speaking properly today. I've not actually had much dinner and got a bit of a headache. But okay, Spring Bloom Druid. Say that 5 times fast. Spring Bloom Druid, Spring Bloom Druid, Spring Bloom Druid. And okay, so I've got 4 mana. Next turn they can go for Gitrog. Yeah, go for Clothis. Maybe it'll get us, say, Mana Dork. Get to Scalia. Also, Clothis is already online. Whenever I attack 3 more creatures, awesome. Okay. So as long as I don't have any exile effects, we should be okay. Oh no, they're going to play the land. No, that's naughty. That's very naughty. Naughty buggers they are. So let's go for the Elvis here. Right, they've got 2 mana open. What do they have? Okay. I'm going to strangle the Excavator. It's a weird sentence, isn't it? So he's out of the way. And then I can also Blizzard Brawl here. Or do you think Ancient Animus is better? That's an instant though. Let's get the sorcery out of the way first. It's always best to use your slower spells first, because you never know when an instant might come in handy. Down to 14. We did miss a land drop, which is a shame, and also because they got their Blaststone back, we couldn't ramp with it. Urg. Spawn of Turd. Turg. Spawn of Turd. Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.